Welcome to our lesson today. My name is Patrick, and I'm going to teach you how to differentiate. Differentiation is the most basic part of calculus, and differentiating is finding the derivative of a function. So, differentiation is a method of finding the derivative of a function. If you have a function, say like this one, y is equal to say 5x squared, and you want to find the derivative, the representation of the derivative is always dy over dx, or if you want, you can also call it y prime. And what normally happens is you drop the power down there so that you have 2 times 5, and then 2 minus 1. So basically what is happening is we are subtracting 1 from the power, and we are dropping the power down so that you have 10x to power 1. Now, it's pretty much obvious that you do not have to write power 1. So if you have, say, let us have another example. Y is equal to, say, 2x. What are you going to do? You're going to simply say that dy dx is equal to 2x. Remember, we have 1 here. So if we bring 1 down here, it's not going to have any effect. We're just going to still remain with 1. And then there is 1 here. If we subtract 1 from 1, we're going to have 2, x power 0. And x power 0 is simply 1. So the answer is 2. And therefore, some people just say that when you differentiate a number, when you differentiate, something like 2x, you just drop the x. You just drop the x. Like you have 2x to power 1, you just drop the x. You remain with the constant. But that is pretty much why we normally drop the x, and we remain with the constant. Let us have an example that is a little bit complicated than this. Let us say you're told to find the derivative of y is equal to, say, x cubed plus x over x. So this one we are going to use a little bit of algebra before we conclude in finding the answer. So we're going to say that y is equal to x cubed over x plus x over x, and that is mathematically correct. So if you simplify this, it is going to be like x cubed divided by x to the power of 1, x cubed divided by x to the power of 1. And the law of indices say that if you have the same base, you just subtract the power so that you have x to the power of 2. So we are going to have y being equal to x to the power of 2 plus 1, and therefore now we can find the derivative for that. So let me this time round use y prime. Remember, y prime is just the same as dy dx. So y prime is going to be equal to, x. Now we are going to drop the 2 down here from the power, and then we are going to subtract 1 from 2. And then for this one, for 1, we will always just drop the constant. While differentiating, if you have a constant, you just drop it. So that our final answer is going to be 2x to power 1, of which we do not have to write to power 1. X, the way it is to power 1. Now, let us have the third example. Let's get the derivative of this function, a is v squared minus 2v plus 10. You can feel free to pause the video a little bit and try solving it for yourself, and then you can pause the video and mark it. So if a is equal to that, so we are going to get the derivative of a with respect to v. So we're going to either say dA with respect to v, or simply say a prime, whatever you choose to say, is going to be equal to, drop the power of v, so that we have 2v, and then it is going to be 2 minus 1. And then we are going to have minus, remember here we are going to, the power of v is, the power of v here is 1. So if we just say 1 minus 1, we drop the 1, so we're just going to have 2, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So therefore v to the power of 0 is going to be 1. And as we said, for the 10, we'll just drop the constant. So the final answer is going to be 2v minus 2. All right, I hope you got that one. I'm going to go to the last example on how to differentiate. And so let us get the derivative of s. S is equal to 7t to the power of 4 minus 4t to the power of 3 plus 2t to the power of 2 plus t plus 1. So let us get the derivative of this. All right. So we are differentiating. We are finding the derivative of 7t to the fourth minus 4t to the third plus 2t to the second, and then plus t plus 1. I've just formed that from the head so that you do practice to differentiate. You can feel free to pause the video and see if you can get that. So we can say ds dt, or we just say s that, or just ds dt. And of course, I have to say that you do not have to use both of them. You do not have to use both of them. Just one is enough. So it's equal to, so we drop the 4, so it's going to be 7 times 4 t, and then it is going to be 4 minus 1. You drop the power and you subtract 1 from the power. That is the procedure. So minus 4 times 3, of course, dropping the power, and then t, 3 minus 1, right? And then plus 2, you drop the power again, times 2, and then t, that is 2 minus 1, and then plus 1, because it is going, we are going to drop the power, let's just do it. 1 times 1, 1 times 1, have that a little bit. So 1 times 1, t, 1 minus 1, and then we drop the constant, which is 1. So we are going to have 7 times 4, 28, t to the power of 3, and then minus 12t squared plus 4t, and then plus 1. Because remember we said t to the power of 0 is equal to 1. And therefore, this is the derivative of x with respect to time. I hope that one has been useful. If you want to get a little bit more insight on the topic, you're going to have to check the next video that is talking about equation of tangents and normal to occur. Thank you. I hope the video is helpful.